Today, we are absolutely strapping in to break down a true blockbuster of a match. We're looking at a historic, high-stakes World Cup clash that quite literally had it all. Tactical chess matches, explosive offensive sequences, and these moments of pure, unforgettable nostalgia. If you want to understand exactly how this incredible game unfolded, you are in the perfect place. So how do you actually break down a desperate, perfectly organized defense? I mean, that is the central tactical and dramatic problem we're unpacking today. It's a puzzle that has frustrated some of the greatest teams in football history. And for the first 45 minutes of this matchup, it really looked like it might just derail a perfect run.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Act 1, the hostile cauldron.
To really grasp the struggle on the pitch, we gotta look off it first. Just take a second and imagine the sheer volume of this number. 80,000 screaming fans packing the historic Mexico City Stadium. I mean, the energy was deafening. It created this literal hostile cauldron, an incredibly intimidating atmosphere that set an immense scale and pressure right from the opening whistle. And the stakes here? They couldn't have been more dramatically opposed. On one hand, you've got Czechia, a completely desperate side needing a victory just to keep their World Cup dreams alive. On the other side, the co-hosts, Mexico. Now, they've already qualified for the knockout rounds, so they've rotated their squad a bit, but man, they are incredibly hungry. They want to claim that perfect group stage sweep in front of their home crowd. These contrasting motivations are exactly what made the first half such a tense, cagey affair. But here is where the narrative kind of hits a wall. Mexico was completely dominating possession, dictating the tempo. Yet against this stubborn, super well-organized Czech defense, Mexico registered 0 shots in the first 30 minutes. Literally 0. It was a deeply frustrating opening for the home side. Meanwhile, Czechia actually showed the early aggression, with Denis Vyšinský forcing a really tense, low effort just wide of the post in the 8th minute. Which brings us to the halftime whistle, a very tense 0-0 deadlock. And you really cannot underestimate the psychological weight of this scoreline. The electric atmosphere in the stands just wasn't matching the product on the pitch, right? The pressure was definitely mounting. This required Mexico's manager, Javier Aguirre, to make some absolutely critical locker room adjustments to crack this defensive puzzle. Moving on to Act 2, the 6-minute Avalanche. Well, whatever manager Javier Aguirre said in that halftime locker room, absolute dynamite. The cagey chess match was completely thrown out the window. In just 6 minutes, the entire landscape of the World Cup shifted for these two teams. 55th minute, a breakthrough. 61st minute, a dagger. This sudden offensive explosion basically left Czechia's hopes in tatters before they even knew it hit them. Now, what's really interesting about this moment is that the first goal didn't come from a star forward. Nope, it was 22-year-old left-back Mateo Chávez. He showcased immense pace and drive, just bursting right past the Czech defensive line and into the penalty box. And rather than panicking, he showed the ice-cold composure of a veteran striker, slotting this super precise finish into the bottom left corner, right past goalkeeper Mateo Chavez. Cue absolute bedlam in the stands. And this brilliantly illustrates the fluid, beautiful attacking sequence that completely dismantled the Czech defense. Honestly, before the crowd could even catch their breath, El Tri struck again. First, Jorge Sanchez delivers this incredibly precise ball right into the danger zone. Then, Julián Quiñones is perfectly positioned to pounce from close range and just pokes it over the line. Bam. Just like that, in a flash, it's 2-0. All right, that takes us to Act 3, nostalgia and the final blow. With the victory secured, all that earlier anxiety just vanished, and the stadium transformed into a massive celebratory festival. Then, in the 77th minute, they erupted for this huge milestone, 6. Legendary 40-year-old goalkeeper Guillermo Memo Ochoa was subbed on for Raúl Ronghal. Guys, this historic substitution marked Ochoa's appearance in his 6th career World Cup. It's a monumental achievement that totally cements his legacy alongside the greats of football history. The crowd knew for sure they were witnessing living history. But the Mexican side wasn't quite done putting on a show. Deep into stoppage time, at 90+4 minutes, we get the ultimate exclamation point. Midfielder Alvaro Fidalgo receives a neat little pass from Roberto Alvarado right on the edge of the 18-yard box. Fidalgo finds this tiny pocket of space and unleashes a clinical, curling strike right into the top corner. A resounding, undeniable 3-0 victory. You absolutely love to see it. So the crucial point is the historic resolution. When the dust finally settled, the final whistle etched a brand new chapter in the record books for Group A. Get this. For the very first time in their World Cup history, Mexico finished the group stage with a perfect record, 9 points, and, incredibly, 3 consecutive clean sheets. They completely, utterly shut down the opposition. Contrast that with Czechia's quiet exit, finishing at the absolute bottom of the group with just a single point and 0 clean sheets. A harsh reality of tournament football, for sure.
Which leaves us with a final, burning question. With a historically perfect record, a literally impenetrable defense, an explosive offense that can score in rapid bunches, and this massive momentum from their home crowd, who can stop L3 in the round of 32? Seriously, it's a terrifying prospect for whoever draws them next, and an incredibly exciting narrative to watch unfold in this tournament. Thanks so much for joining